the end of the day, I feel like our reel has proved that it compares with the other big brands in the industry. But I think the number one main thing is that we're a company that's conservation minded. All right, what's up, world? We are live here at the super secret headquarters for Florida Fishing Products in downtown Tampa.
Super secret.
Super secret.
Yeah.
Wait, it's secret. How do we know where it is?
Well, we don't.
Oh.
We blindfolded you to get here. That's
I
why all
know.
the cars were beeping at you.
I
and
couldn't
screaming and
see.
hollering.
I know.
That's what made it so difficult for you to get here.
That's why it was so tricky.
I
Yeah,
see.
Yeah.
that
I
and
see.
trailer in the boat. It was a lot of fun. You know,
Yeah.
tried
What a
driving the
great
boat
day.
and trailer down the street with the blindfold on.
Oh,
It was,
yeah.
yeah.
Wow. Especially down a bumpy street, the brick
Yeah.
road.
Cobblestones.
That was great.
Yeah.
Actually, I did that before, and I bumped the cowling off of Tim's Ginu because the inside liner was going bad. And so I'm going down the street, and it's like 7 in the morning, boom, 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 and it pops off. And I look
Oh
back,
my
and luckily I
gosh.
saw it in the mirror. And so I pull over, but I pull like up to the right, and I try and pull onto this road. Oncoming traffic on Florida.
Oh
I just
my gosh.
didn't realize where I was at. And Florida's like the busiest road going north from downtown Tampa. So I was like, oh no, this is good. Not
back
good.
up, back on the road.
Everyone's honking at me, and they all passed by, and I flipped a Yui, and then I was good. But it was kind of sketchy. Luckily, it was like pretty early in the morning.
Kind of
so
like the boat ramp we were at today. Sketchy.
Kind of like the
Yeah.
remember today. But you know, the sketchy areas, they usually have a lot
Pay
of fish.
off, yeah.
It was really sketchy when I got there.
For sure.
Oh yeah.
So
Got there like 6:20. Got eaten alive.
yeah.
First thing I said was, "Dang, I didn't bring the gun." Literally the first
Or
thing.
your sunset.
Yeah, your sunset.
Yep, there you go.
I had the sunset today.
There you go.
That kept me good. But anyways, I'm going to introduce ourselves, guys. Obviously, we have myself, Ty Nelson. We have two guests today. Wyler Gins, the Director of Sales for Florida Fishing Products, and Leiza Fitzgerald, Director of CCA Florida Star Tournament.
That's correct. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. So we had the opportunity to fish today with Leiza. We kind of planned this out about a month in advance, and it all came together. And we planned on catching redfish and getting photos of redfish. And I have to say,
We did get fish.
we caught fish.
Yeah,
we caught some nice
fish.
redfish.
Yeah.
And really, we had a phenomenal day on the water.
It was
all
amazing.
three of us slammed out. Redfish, trout, and snook.
Whoop, whoop.
We got on tailing redfish. We were pulling fish out of the potholes. We did a little bit of everything. We
Out of the
blind-
mangroves.
Yeah, blind
Yeah.
casting the mangroves.
Yeah.
I would say we fished everything we could have fished. We fished extremely hard, and we really get paid off.
Sun up to sundown.
Sun
You
up
know,
to
we caught
sundown,
plenty
right.
of fish. We had
It
a
was,
blast.
it was amazing.
Tons of storytelling.
And- oh yeah, and you know what is said on the boat stays on the boat, right?
That's right.
Okay.
That's
all right,
right.
all right.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
you know,
Oh, yeah.
the
Your
stories we
secrets are
told.
safe.
Okay.
With us.
You know, but I have to tell you, two things today:
Yep.
the reels and the line were day and night.
Right.
You know, the line that I use and the line that you all have, your Florida Fishing Products line. We talked about how we say it, distance.
Cast the
Holy
distance.
crud.
I heard you the first time when she switched over from what she was using to the distance on my rod. First cast, it was like, whoa.
Yeah.
Oh,
Was,
yeah.
it was amazing. And there was such a day and night difference between that I'm
Right.
glad we're going to be
I
getting
was
some of
gonna-
that product out there.
I
It was
gonna
kind of meant to
say-
be. Meant to be.
Yeah.
You know, you kept casting, and the backing knot was getting caught as she was casting. Kept stopping. Ty's like, "Oh, we should get her some braid, anyways.
Right.
Try this out so that we can put some on her reel. Because you
Yeah,
got
I mean,
the osprey, but you
good.
couldn't
Oh, yeah.
cast it because you didn't have enough line left.
And that osprey is just butter.
Yeah, you like
I
it.
tell everyone butter.
Yeah.
You know, gosh, the drag system, the reel, the retrieve, everything about it, and
So it's a
just
lightweight
amazing.
reel too, even though it's a full aluminum frame. So it's strong, but it doesn't feel like heavy in your hand like some of the other real
balanced.
out there. It's
It,
balanced.
it was nice, and you know, to just kind of the piece de resistance was the Bull Bay rod. I loved that too. So it was a great day on the water.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't expect to see tailing redfish.
Right.
Saw tailing redfish.
So
had to
December
wait for 'em.
18th, and
Yeah,
we're waiting
and we
Tampa
were
Bay
waiting
for tailing
Tampa Bay.
redfish.
That's what I didn't
Without
expect.
waders.
Right.
Without waders.
I
And
wasn't
it was
expecting
just-
to hop in the water once today, and it just kind of happened where we were seeing tailing redfish.
One after
and
another.
We couldn't get shallow enough in the boat, so we just hopped out, and it was perfect. Like
It
the
was
bottom was
perfect.
nice and firm, like the
Yep.
water was like cool but not cold.
Yep.
It was just a beautiful,
And
day.
the fish were eating.
The fish were eating.
I wish I could have kept more fish buttoned up, but I tell you what, that was just
That's
an
fishing
amazing.
for you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say after you told me all the hunting stories and how you've been hunting the last month, we were joking around with Lisa, basically saying the fish are upset at her, and I swear like they knew you had bad
They were
juju today.
snubbing me. They
And
were
then
snubbing
what
me.
about the one that you caught? You caught
Yes.
this little baby rat. It's like that was
Oh,
the
it
one
wasn't
you
that
got.
little.
I mean,
You
okay,
guys
it
were a
wasn't
little
that.
20? It was 20 inches maybe.
20 inches,
Yeah.
but still, it was
Maybe
like the
20.
whole day they were giving you a hard time. Finally, like, all right, we'll give you one.
We'll
like
give you-
one will eat.
That's okay. I will take what I can get.
Well,
my
a
God,
few
this
more
one.
than 1 ate.
Oh yeah. Well, we
I
should have
did.
multiple good
like I
fish.
said, I couldn't keep them buttoned up.
They were
And
spitting
it
out.
was just
They didn't-
unlucky.
It was unlucky. I think, I keep saying, maybe I'm snake bit or I'm just not practicing enough. So
Yeah.
to my employer, just letting you know, I'm going to be practicing more, which means I'm going to be on the water using my Florida Fishing Products reel, their line, and, practice makes perfect.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah,
For sure.
so-
I don't think you did anything wrong, by the way. You placed a very good cast all
well, that was
day
it.
long.
Yeah.
Oh, you were casting
It was
off
the fish.
amazing all
It
day.
wasn't you. It
I
was
love it
hands
when
down the fish.
I cast. That's the money, and
Mm-hmm.
bam, fish on.
Yeah.
But C.A. Richardson will also tell you I'm really notorious for losing fish.
Oh yeah.
But it's called redemption.
Right.
The reason I do that is so that you guys feel sorry for me and you invite me back.
I like it.
We
She's a
can't
smart
let you
one.
outfish
She's
us
a
every
smart
time.
one.
No, I remember telling you this on the boat. My dad said sandbag the first time. That way you'll
Smart.
get invited back. So.
It's called hustling.
Yeah.
Love
I
it.
don't
We come
know.
back next time. She catches 25 redfish.
Hey, we
Well, you
worked
guys
for
have
that
to-
redfish you
you-
got all day. That
yeah.
was the last fish we caught,
Yeah.
Ty got a snook, and you got your slam right off the bat,
Yeah.
I had
First
mine quick.
redfish, Taylor. Then you got another redfish and a snook.
I got a
We
big
got-
trout too.
Yeah, and the
Beautiful
trout.
That was a great
Yeah.
trout. Now, had you been in a kayak tournament, that would have been pretty good.
That would have been a very good day.
That would have been a very good day. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, it was great.
It was
you
wonderful.
just needed the one
Thank
redfish,
you,
and we got it last
yeah.
fish.
Right.
And that fish was perfect. It's the perfect size fish for tagging
Right.
for the
Mhm.
CCA Florida Star. So that competition will be coming up this coming summer, 2018. So if you haven't participated in it, and I know you guys are one of our great sponsors and partners, so we're excited. But
For
we'll
sure.
be releasing 160 tagged redfish throughout the coastal waters of Florida, and again, $500,000
That's
in
great odds.
prizes.
That's really good odds right
Well, do you know that of the 160 that were released,
there. Right.
we had 20 recaptured in 2017
That's awesome.
during the competition?
And how
20.
many were registered though?
We only had 3 registered.
3.
Three. Which means- yeah,
There could have been 17 more winners winning boats and trucks and all sorts of
Scholarships,
Oh, yeah.
Osprey
free
spinning
gear.
reels. Come
yeah,
on.
$100,000 in college scholarships
That's
presented
absurd.
by
That was
Academy.
really awesome.
Yeah.
Ty and I got
Academy's
to go
great.
to the
Yeah.
awards.
Did you
banquet.
enjoy it?
Oh,
Oh, I had a
it was
great time.
phenomenal.
You
I
know,
have to say, CCA Florida Star Tournament has become the biggest tournament in the state of Florida.
It
of
is.
course,
It's
it's
the
probably
biggest-
one of the biggest in the country. I
Right.
mean,
Well,
101
combined.
days of fishing,
101
correct?
days of fishing.
Mm-hmm.
So what's cool about that is you don't have to plan. I know I've got to. It doesn't fit into my schedule because
Right.
It's
that week.
affordable.
It is.
Mhm.
Is it $40?
It's going to be $35 for your CCA membership
Okay.
and $35 for the competition entry. So it's a total of $70.
If you're already a CCA member,
It's only
you're entered in
$35.
for
$35. So it's even less.
$500,000 in prizes.
Over $500,000.
$70.
you got a boat, an
$500,000
offshore
prizes,
boat,
okay.
an inshore boat, a
It's a good-
truck.
It's a good deal.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
It's but I think honestly some of the cool things that have come out of this, someone asked me, and I think it was you today, Ty, asked me, what is the competition all about? Well,
Right.
first and foremost, it's about science.
Mhm.
It's gathering catch data information. But secondly,
Can we
it's about
get some numbers, by the way? Like, where like the most
I want
redfish
GPS
congregate?
I want GPS coordinates of the fish
well,
with the tag.
You know, we told a lot of the fishermen that they have the option of entering that information, but you know how secretive we are about our spots.
I bet
No
it's
one
like
gives
1%.
that.
We don't even want to tell people where our office is.
Yeah.
Think about the fishing spots.
But, you know, the most important thing about this competition is getting family, friends on the water fishing and enjoying themselves. And we found that this year, because we added something called the trash division, we actually had families that were telling us that the kids would get bored with fishing.
Right.
So they would have them picking up garbage, and they had more fun spending
garbage
time on the
than
water
catching fish.
picking up garbage, because they caught their fish and they entered it in the competition, and now they were picking up garbage and they could enter as many 5-gallon buckets as they wanted.
Makes you feel good picking
Oh,
up trash.
yeah.
I mean,
There
they're
was-
doing a great thing for our estuary. I mean, it sets a great example, and then those
It
kids,
teaches them something.
as they grow up, they're going to have this respect for the water, and
that's what
hopefully
we
they
want.
continue to do it as they grow older. So,
So that
Well-
even when it's not during the star tournament, if you're on the boat or walking the
Yeah.
beach
We
and you
want
see
you to
some
do that.
trash, just pick it
Pick
up.
it up.
Pick
Pick
it
it
up.
up. And
Even this morning when we got to the boat ramp, you know, I was there and you got there and what are you doing? You're grabbing trash that's sitting there right next to the side of the road and there's a dumpster right there.
it just floors me that people just set their garbage outside of the car when 10 steps there's a dumpster and
Yeah,
you could put your
that's
garbage
It
crazy.
just
in there.
doesn't make any sense.
It
that's
doesn't.
crazy.
But
Which-
you know, we have the lionfish division too,
Really?
which is really
Oh,
cool
yeah.
because lionfish is an invasive species,
Gotta
and
get
for
rid of
those
them.
offshore anglers, they have to understand that those fish eat every little
Mhm.
fish on the reef.
Kill
We
it all.
had
they're
1,407 lionfish harvested this year in the
That's
competition.
really impressive.
So it's
I've never even caught one.
well
You
they
gotta, a lot of
Gotta
them,
shoot
you gotta
'em, right.
shoot them.
shoot them.
They have those little vacuum things now I've
Yes.
seen.
Suck them up.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
What?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Well, FGCU just did research on the lionfish. There was
cool.
a master's student that did a big thesis on them.
Hmm.
They captured them live down in Naples or Bonita out of the Vester field station, and it was a girl
Some-
from Canada, I believe.
Well,
Yeah.
they are good eating.
They're-
I've had them. They're wonderful eating.
I'll try 'em out.
You know, just make sure that it's a reputable place
Right,
so that
right.
your mouth doesn't go numb.
Yeah.
But
It's just
fun.
the spines, though. You can take scissors, and as long as you cut off the spines,
Still sounds a little sketchy.
it probably is.
I don't know enough about the
Yeah.
lionfish to speak of it, but I just know that they do eat them, and and FWC actually is going to be doing very similar to Star. Same dates and everything. They're tagging lionfish. So if you catch
Really?
one of their tag lionfish, you can win prizes.
That's pretty cool.
Really?
So it's really cool. Yeah, yeah.
Like it.
We helped them, give them that idea. So
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. So, one more thing I want to add, talking about picking up trash and just being kind of more conservation minded, something we're looking to do in 2018 is launch our Fish Better campaign. And so, you think fish better, what does that really mean? A lot of people think, you know, we're on the water catching more fish, but realistically, what we think is more so being a more conservation minded angler while being on the water. It's leaving less of an impact, you know, maybe a positive impact or more so like a negative impact. You're bringing things back with you rather than leaving, you know, things behind. So
That's
I think
a
it's
great
going to be
idea.
really cool, and we're going to have to talk more about that. I didn't even tell you on the water today. It's kind of
Yeah,
a surprise.
no,
It's not even just the conservation side of it, but you know, respecting the fish, respecting
Catch and
other
release.
anglers.
Catch and release.
You know, if
Right.
you see someone out there poling, you were telling us that story about
Yeah.
how you were in Mosquito Lagoon poling right next to the shoreline, and this guy just comes and cuts right in front of you on
Right.
plane.
on plane between myself and the shoreline. I bet you there wasn't 100 yards between myself and the shoreline, and we had potholes and working fish, and I had a client on the boat, and
It'd be like if someone ran between us and the shoreline today when we were waiting.
Oh.
We were 100 yards out.
it was
I would have been so pissed.
I was
Yeah.
not happy.
Yeah.
But you know, I think that's a whole total
It's a whole other
package.
mindset. It's another mindset, and that's what you know we're going to be getting at is you know just
Better.
fish better as a whole.
Yep.
You know,
Ethics, be ethical.
Exactly.
You know, do you have to keep your limit every time you're on the water? I mean,
Definitely not.
do you have to keep 5 trout every time you go?
No, they're going to get freezer burn. They're
That's
gonna get all
right. Do you
nasty.
have to keep a
them
snook
fresh.
every time you go fishing and keep it because you're going to freeze it and eat it later? You know, just it's all a mindset. Like
mindset.
it is.
Definitely.
It's a mindset.
Definitely.
Do you bring the fish into the boat? No. How long do you keep the fish out of the water? Like I said, hold your breath.
Yep.
If you
That's
can't
a
hold
rule
your
now.
breath anymore, put
I've
that
never
fish
heard
back
that
in the
one before.
water.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you're ready to take the picture,
Yep.
pick them up, hold your breath.
Yep.
And when you can't hold your breath any longer, that fish
gotta put
needs to
'em back.
breathe.
That's a good rule
It's
of
just
thumb.
it's a good rule of thumb. It's
Mhm.
just, when we release these fish, they're just like anything. They've got to recuperate from what just happened to them.
Definitely,
Yeah.
definitely, yeah.
Yeah, so it was such a ball today to get out on the water. I loved your boat. And
Thank you.
it was great to learn more about you and about your new, everything and the endeavors that you're coming up with. I love the fact that you're doing this new line, and I think that's going to be something that should just
I think it's gonna
go
take off.
gangbusters. Yep.
I mean,
yeah.
you buy a reel, you gotta spool it up with line.
That's
And
smart. Yeah, that's
works
smart.
well.
And I think anybody who hasn't had an opportunity
You gotta
to
give it a
use your
shot.
to use your rods, use your reels and then your line and put those two together in a package, call them up on the phone, tell them you want to try out one of their
they're
reels.
missing out.
You'll
I gotta ask.
Yes.
You were at a tournament this weekend, right?
Yes.
Who won that tournament?
Matt, my neighbor Matt Cowart,
Yeah.
and his partner John Landon, and they were pro staffers for you guys. And
Fishing Osprey spinning reels.
that's exactly right. And it was so awesome because when they came in, I saw them and I recognized my neighbor, and
Yeah, of
we're
course.
friends. And then I see John, and he's wearing a Florida fishing product. So
That's cool.
when he came over and sat down, we were talking, and he was could not say enough great things about your product, and just loves
That's
the
awesome.
reels, and we had a lot in common to talk about the reels, so it was awesome.
So
Yeah,
I
they're great
I
fishing.
I am a little biased, obviously working at Florida Fishing Products,
Really?
Mhm.
but I tell everyone, in my opinion, these are the smoothest reels in the history of the universe, and
One I've ever
I
used,
believe
for
that
sure.
to the
Yeah.
fullest, and I think it's true. But like I said, I am a little biased.
Of course,
But
of course.
I mean, like you were saying, they're so smooth.
They're smooth.
Yeah.
They are smooth. I used to fish Shimano's, and I still have a few of them that lay around, and I allow everybody else to use those, but no one touches my Florida Fishing product reels.
I like that. I like
So-
that. Yeah, at the end of the day, I feel like our reel has proved that it compares with the other big brands in the industry, but I think the number one main thing is that we're a company that's conservation minded. And I think that's what everyone in the fishing industry needs to start being more aware of, is where are these companies, where you're spending your money, where do they put that money back towards? Is it someone that's
Exactly.
getting out there and that's, working with different conservation organizations, that's getting their hands dirty themselves with, trash tours or community cleanups? What are these companies doing? Because at the end of the day, we only have one chance at this. We only have one fishery, one estuary. Well, we have multiple around the state of Florida, but we only have one chance to kind of keep them.
Well, what is fishing without the fish?
Yeah, right.
You know.
And
If we
one
ruin
thing.
it, we ruin it.
Exactly. Once
There's
it's
no
gone,
bringing
it's
it
gone.
back, so-
And then we can fish, but we won't do any caching.
Right.
That's
exactly,
right.
so-
And habitat's really, really critical, and that's
course.
something that most people don't even realize that
Yeah.
our organization does. And the projects that we do, from oyster bar renourishment, grass plantings, sea grasses, reefs offshore and near shore. We're working right now as far as the bait fish and menhaden, and there's just so many projects that we're working on
Yeah, it's awesome.
to make a difference within what's going on with our marine fishery.
Think
So,
about the marine life.
If you get a high five.
yep,
I had a lot of fun today.
yeah.
Understand on that.
yep.
So, if you guys haven't, check out FloridaFishingProducts.com. But more importantly, how do we find you and CCA Florida Star?
All you have to do, very good, ccaflstar.com. Go to our website. You can look it up.
Yep.
We have a Facebook page, which is CCA Florida
When does it
Tournament.
start?
It starts Memorial Day
In May.
in May 26th,
And
and runs
September.
through
Labor Day.
Labor Day, which is September the 3rd.
Awesome.
101 days of fishing. So
And
it's